Hey guys, welcome back to another Once Human video. So in this video, we'll do a quick beginner guide, tips on the new early access Endless Dream scenario. So first and foremost, the Endless Dream scenario is on early access. On the map, you will see so-called like purple spots and clouds that are so-called representing this Endless Dream scenario. So you will see this little nice mirage here where you can kind of like enter in. And I believe this is not world specific, this is server specific. So you don't have to worry about whether we are in the same world or not. That'll be the first one. Secondly, you can only spend 15 minutes inside, and I believe if you spend too long inside, you will hit some sort of a nightmare state and most likely you will die. I have never like overly spend 15 minutes inside. And of course the top screen, actually on top of the screen, shows you some sort of a compass, but it looks like it's disabled now for early access. Next is, let's say if you have 7 minutes on your remaining left inside the so-called dream zone or this endless zone scenario, you just need to walk out for about 1 minute to recharge 7 minutes. Right. So yeah, I did a quick time to I stood outside for 1 minute, I went back in again, he gave me 7 minutes. 7 more minutes inside the dream zone. Next is, as you know, the endless dream or the dream zone scenes are different. So you actually can't really tell. Okay, you can actually tell what are the various scenes. So you have your various states. Oh, get it back up. Okay, there are like a various scenes where you have your night, then you have your explosion of mobs, you have your random lightning and explosion and stuff, right? So you can actually see what each of the zones have, but in general they are all the same. So if you go to another one, okay, not really all the same, but you kind of have like the explosion, the night, and no lightning down here. Thank goodness. Lightning is the worst that you can ever get. So but this whole so-called region, right, is in the dream zone, but it doesn't tell you which segment. Like, let's say you're coming from this part, right? Is it going to be night? Is it going to be lightning? Is it going to be explosion? No, they don't actually tell you, but they just give you so-called random sense, like a sample sensing that this is what you experience. But as you walk in, different parts of the zone will have different so-called effects. So like for example, there was a case, what the shit? There was a case, what is that? There was a case of this. There was a case of like abundance and stuff. What is this? Hold on, huh? Did I build over it all? What in the world is this? Riddle Q. Riddle. Okay, so inside the effects, you have like abundance period where you actually gain obtaining materials more efficiently. You have your lightning state. You can use the lightning state to your advantage, where it will kind of like zap places where you have walked, and literally all like it will destroy all these world items, and you can actually loot them easily. So like even this stardust tree can be destroyed by the light. Just loot the stardust very quickly. You don't even need to chop the tree. Mobs explosion is probably one of my favorite because it's more predictable. If there are no mobs, there are explosions. Darkness is a little bit more annoying because everything is dark. You got to use this little nightmare lantern and fill it up with nightmare light sources, which is kind of a lot, 5 nightmare light sources per minute. So yeah, you need like 5 times 5, which is like 75 light sources, or you constantly gonna pick them up. But they're everywhere, so, and they give off a little sound. Tip number 6 is really when the place is affected by, when you're in the endless or the dream zone, keep saying endless dream. When you are inside the dream zone, you can build randomly. Just now you saw me building some stuff, right? So you can actually build like foundation. Of course, you must have the materials to build the foundation as such. The only thing that if you build stairs, which most of the time you will, is you will kind of incur sand of clarity materials, but you could easily get them back by destroying your stairs. Okay, so that leads me to this little red ball. Everybody is asking about this red ball. So this red ball here is where you get all your like rare materials for crafting weapons and armor. I believe different areas of the map gives you different rare, based on the levels of the different areas, will give you all these rare materials right here, such as the platinum crystal, the iridium crystal, the little beryllium tube thingy, which all you need them to craft your equipment and armor pieces. So so standing next to this, so okay, let me so when you're down here, right, you'll be wondering like maybe I'll just appear a bit shorter. You'll appear like, hey, how do I reach this, right? So you will build this little thing, the foundation here, then you will try and reach it. So one pro tip I wanted to share with you is inside this game settings, you can actually enable this thing called auto tick function. If I can find it, there you go. So under gameplay, game settings, you will find this thing called auto tick. So auto tick is very good. Let me show you what auto tick does. So literally when you build the foundation and you are here, you don't have to press F on the thing. You just need to do this. Jump on it. Ta-da! You automatically take the red color ball. Another tip I want to share with you is this thing called, when you are building this so-called thing structure, do not let the stairs or foundation touch the ball. If not, the ball will disappear. I don't know if it's a bug or is it intended, but here we go. Hey, why did it not disappear? So it is supposed to disappear. What the hell? Okay, so let me try this again. So I don't know when I do it, sometimes I don't know whether it's a freaking bug or what, but weird. But sometimes when you do build too close to it, it kind of disappears. So yeah, maybe try not to do it. That will be for the red ball guide on how to pick up the red ball. Next is on this red color tree here with all these stars. This tree is called the Dreamweaver tree. And if you drill the Dreamweaver tree, you will get your Stardust Source and Bonfire. Occasionally, you will see some of this stuff outside of the map. You could do a quick run, but this is too far. But essentially, if it's at the edge of the dream zone, you could easily just walk out, drill or saw the tree, and then come back in it. So yeah, this is perfect because it gives you direct Stardust Source and not Stardust Ores, because oh fuck, so Stardust Ore still needs acid and a particular skill to break it down. So yeah, that's probably good change. Kind of forces you to come into the dream zone. One of the things that probably is quite irritating is that you need to kind of like go into the dream zone to get all these materials. If not, you'll be quite handicapped, right? Oh, so that will be on big trees. The next is on the question on where to get Sand of Clarity. Okay, so Sand of Clarity is pretty rare. Like, you need to find a particular item around the place. So if you see, I purposely left one called this little structure here. Okay, so this little structure here is called the Wakeful Block. So the wakeful clock has different heights. Sometimes it's on the ground, sometimes it's at human height, sometimes it's way up high. Okay, so just for illustration, in order to drill the wakeful clock, you need to stand on the face of the clock in order to kind of drill it. Okay, this is, yeah, you got to, okay, this is too easy. But you get what I mean. When the wakeful clock is way up high, you really got to right down there, there's one there already. So just now was a human height wakeful clock. This one is a wakeful clock that is on the ground, that gives you sense of clarity. And there's one more which is super duper high up, which humanly you cannot drill the base right here. You have to use this, jump onto this face of the clock to drill it. But it gives you a lot. You just now you think it's about 140 of that will be number 10. Okay, so this is probably the last point I'd like to share, is regarding how to farm this dreamer, right? So there is a big boss and a mini boss. So this is the light dreamer of sorts, and yeah, you will go to it and you will use 50 cent of clarity. Sounds easy. You probably don't want to try soloing it because it is not easy, because you have to kind of like kill the Digby fellas from preventing it from them you got to prevent them from healing the boss while shooting the boss. So you got to do two things at once, which I think if you do it solo is going to be difficult. So this is the mini boss. There is of course the big ass tower that is if you see like a TV tower, that is the big boss, and I think you will need more than a team, maybe a couple of teams. Another, oh freaking hell, this is what I was talking about, the explosion that comes in. Jeez. Okay, so this is where we really cannot do the guide anymore. I will give you that bonus tip as we walk towards the other side. Hopefully the explosion doesn't do that. Okay, so this is very okay. So the bonus tip here is actually they give you, once you put the sand of clarity to the boss or the mini boss or the big boss, there is this 1 minute preparation time. But even before the 1 minute preparation time, you can already start to prepare. So what I mean by prepare is, because you can build in the area, you could literally build a fence or wall around it to so-called deter the Digbees from going to kill the boss. But of course, don't build too close. Okay, this is a very bad example, but don't build too close to the boss, because the boss will somehow at first spawn blast everything around it, and sometimes it destroy your farm. So yeah, that will be the tip for Endless Dreams scenario. Thanks for watching, and bye.